shoot and kill a robbery suspect. Some Pasadena church members wear hoodies in support of a Florida teen killed by a neighborhood watch captain. And how to get a do-over on your career. Plus weather and sports. Crown City News, your neighborhood, seconds away.
Do you have a great business idea? The Pasadena Enterprise Zone can help. The Pasadena Enterprise Zone, open for business.
Hi, I'm Jesse Avila at the Convalescent Aid Society, a nonprofit organization established in 1923. We provide the free loan of durable medical equipment, of hospital beds, wheelchairs, walkers, canes, and many other items. Your donations and contributions are welcome and greatly appreciated. We are located at 3255 East Foothill Boulevard in Pasadena.
We're here to help you!
Please give us a call and check for availability at 626-793-1696.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. I'm Sunita Joshua Madison. Our top story, Pasadena police responded to an armed robbery call over the weekend that ended in an officer-involved shooting and the death of a suspect. CCN's Paulo Alejandro is here live with more on that story. So this was obviously a very scary incident for the victim and tragic for the suspect.
Yes, well, the victim was very shaken when we spoke to him. That's why we're very thankful that he spoke to our cameras. Police have identified a man who they say was one of two suspects in the armed robbery of a local Pasadena man. Investigators say the responding officers chased, then shot and killed 20-year-old Kendrick Lavelle McDade of Azusa Saturday night when they say that he turned toward them with his hand in his waistband. With the death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin still fresh on the minds of many across the country, Pasadena police are quick to say that this incident is nothing like the case in Florida. Police say two black male suspects ran away as the alleged victim chased them Saturday night. The alleged victim, who asks us not to say his name or show his face on camera, says the robbery happened about 10:45 p.m. on the corner of Summit and Orange Grove. He says he saw the two suspects enter his car to rob him.
I asked one of them why he was doing in my car, to leave my stuff alone, you know? And then he just turned back and he showed me like a gun. I'm not sure about it.
He then says the two suspects sped off on foot, both heading in different directions. The alleged victim says he was angry about the robbery, so he jumped in his car and chased the suspects as he called Pasadena police.
When almost I get that, one of them, it just run all the way Orange Grove, and he turned left, and I hear some of the shots. That's what I know.
The shots the alleged robbery victim heard were fired by police officers on the corner of Sunset and Orange Grove. Lieutenant Flunce Riddle tells me that during the pursuit, one of the officers jumped out of the car and continued to chase the suspect by foot. The other officer remained in the vehicle but trailed close behind. It was at this point, Riddle says police say the suspect turned around.
When they encountered the suspect, he turned towards the officer in the vehicle with his hand in his waistband area. The officer was in fear for his life, and they both officers did fire several shots, wounding at that time the suspect.
Emergency crews took the wounded suspect, identified as 20-year-old Kendrick Lavelle McDade, to a local hospital, where he died shortly after. Riddle says police found the other suspect hiding in the general area and took him into custody without incident. Police say the suspect they arrested is a 17-year-old black male whose name will not be released because he's under 18. As for the alleged robbery victim, he says he wants police to continue their investigation and that he will cooperate any way he can.
Cops know already. I mean, the cops know, and they asked me, and I'm willing to go to to whatever it has to do,
Okay. We found some YouTube videos of the deceased suspect, Kendrick Lavelle McDade, showing him singing along to some gangster rap type songs. Take a look.
Call me Mr. No Flaw. I sip, drink, and pop pills till I doze off. Wake up, grab a mic, then I doze off.
Well, it appears that we have an audio bug, but one of the songs he raps along to is graphic and violent. Other videos show McDade goofing off, listening to music, and even eating French fries. In another video, when asked if there was any similarities with the Trayvon Martin case currently in the nation's headlines, Lieutenant Valente Riddle says there is absolutely no similarity whatsoever because this is a case in which the suspect was armed. She also says that police helped the victim in an armed robbery, and any public outcry, Riddle says, would be, quote, without cause. Since police used deadly force, Pasadena detectives and the Los Angeles County District Attorney's officer-involved shooting team will continue with their standard investigation. Sunita, back to you.
Now, it was really kind of, I know we didn't have audio on that video, but it was hard watching the victim or the suspect, glorifying the rap videos and then not really understanding the consequences.
Exactly. It's just very tragic, especially when you talk about the violent death of someone so young.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for that, Paulo. For that report, Lieutenant Riddle also says the victim suffered an undisclosed loss during the attempted robbery, but she says they aren't saying what was taken to avoid negatively affecting the current investigation. Now, the death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, the Florida high school student who was shot and killed by neighborhood watch captain George Zimmerman, has caught the nation's attention after Fox News personality Geraldo Rivera partially blamed his death on the hoodie Martin wore. This past Sunday, some members of a Pasadena church wore hoodies to call for justice. CCN's Natalie Tavidian joins us live with more on this story. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Sunita.
Now, did the kids have a hard time understanding why he was shot? And
they did, and they were asking the youth group pastor a lot of questions, trying to understand the laws, trying to understand why the shooting actually happened. A neighborhood watch captain, George Zimmerman, shot and killed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in Sanford, Florida. The young boy didn't have a weapon on him, only some candy he had just bought from a convenience store and a bottle of iced tea. Zimmerman told police he killed Martin in self-defense. Activists across the nation, however, are calling for justice since Zimmerman was not arrested or given any sort of background check. The death of 17-year-old Trayvon Martin has drawn nationwide attention, including right here in Pasadena. First AME youth pastor Melanie Mace wore a hoodie this past Sunday, joining pastors across the country who say they are showing that they care for Trayvon Martin. Today, Monday, March 26th, marks the one-month anniversary of Martin's death. The shooting continues to bring more questions than answers. Mace is facing tough questions also here from her youth group, wanting to know more about Martin's death. Many who say Martin was killed for no reason have signed a petition on change.org to prosecute George Zimmerman, who pulled the trigger on Trayvon Martin. Nearly 2 million people have signed the online petition. May says it's important to explain to the youth group what the events around the nation mean to them as young adults and to shine a light on it for as long as they can. She says it's also important to show support for Trayvon Martin here in Pasadena and everywhere.
In this nation, we have an imbalance of justice for black and brown people. So as the African Methodist Episcopal Church, it is our social action position usually, most of the time, is to support and to be a part of justice for man or brother, for anyone.
Of course, no one has all the details yet on the incident, and we've yet to hear from Zimmerman. The Martin family confirmed reports today that Trayvon had been suspended from school for 5 days after they found a bag with remnants of marijuana, but they say the suspension is irrelevant to the case, and there was never any incidents of violence in his past. A new witness in the investigation has told police he saw Martin and Zimmerman wrestling on the grass before Martin was killed. Other witnesses say they heard the young boy cry after the gunshot went off. Still, many say Zimmerman was wrong to have shot and killed the teenager. The U.S. Department of Justice is now involved in the case. The victim of the parents are asking for a federal investigation. Pam Bondi, Florida State Attorney General and Florida Governor, announced Angela B. Corey would lead the state investigation. Sunita, back to you.
Well, I know that Jesse Jackson led a protest to the Sanford Council Commissions this evening.
Yes, so, and they have the Million Hoodies March in support.
So I know we'll be hearing a lot more about this story throughout the week. Thanks for that, Natalie. That report, the death of Trayvon Martin, has sparked a lot of controversy to Florida's 2005 Stand Your Ground law, with efforts underway to repeal it. A new CNN poll, that is, finds that nearly 75% of Americans think Zimmerman should be arrested. The deliberations on the case is scheduled to begin April 10th. The State of Education Chancellor visits PCC as students protest community college cuts. Plus, are gas prices driving you to hop on the metro? And all that rain over the weekend. Is there more in store? Find out when we come back. Don't go away. You're watching CCN Crown City News.
Hi, I'm Lori Webster. I'm the owner of Webster's Fine Stationers.
Hi, I'm Scott Webster.
You need to come and check us out because we've got great gifts for everybody in the family.
We have Fine Stationers by Cranes and Company.
We have some beautiful greeting cards, things that are unique.
A myriad of other things, so please come by.
And our phone number is area code 626-797-1135. And we're located at 2450 North Lake Avenue, Suite B in Altadena. Our motto is, let's do something good today.
The CCN Energy Saver is brought to you by Southern California Edison.
Hi, I'm Luna Petty with your CCN Energy Saver. I'm here with Southern California Edison's Dave Ford. Dave, can customers really save money on the compact fluorescent bulbs?
Well, Luna, first of all, I want to let you know how it's a pleasure to see you again. And of course, they can save money when they're using Energy Star rated type of lamps or any other type of product that is Energy Star rating. What I have to show you today is an incandescent lamp as well as a compact fluorescent. This is an incandescent. This lamp here is a compact fluorescent. This lamp will save, comparing an incandescent to a compact fluorescent, it'll save energy. It lasts twice, 3 or 4 times the amount of hours of usage, and it doesn't put out as much heat. And it's definitely going to be a good product for customers to use when they're considering changing out lighting in their home to more energy efficient lamps.
Well, thank you for that information, Dave. Hopefully customers find it helpful. This has been Luna Petty with your CCN Energy Saver.
The CCN Energy Saver is brought to you by Southern California Edison.
The state education chancellor visits PCC as students protest community college costs. Plus, are gas prices driving you to hop on the metro? Well, actually, we already did a tease to the story. The state of California has been slashing funds on all types of programs, including the education system, from elementary schools to universities. Administrators say less funding means increased class sizes and fewer teachers for state's community colleges. Here's CCN's TK Trinidad live with more on this story. TK, we've been hearing about all these cuts and how it's affecting the students for a while.
Yeah, there's been a lot of budget cuts to the whole state of California through elementary schools, high schools, and higher education. Pasadena City College students have been protesting cuts to classes just before the start of the spring semester. Former state senator and now California Community College Chancellor Jack Scott was on hand to tell students what's happening in the schools and let them know some actions he says they can take since more cuts are still expected. Support staff layoffs point to trouble in the California Community College system. Class cuts are also making it difficult for some students to transfer to four-year universities. California Community College Chancellor Jack Scott assessed the situation during a visit to Pasadena City College.
Unfortunately, the state of California has not fully recognized and appreciated what higher education is doing. Corrections now takes 10% of the state budget. That's more than we spend on the University of California and California State University combined.
PCC officials say the cuts have forced the college to dip into its reserves over the past 5 years, paying $13 million for unfunded classes. Some PCC students, like Daniela Rueda, says the cuts are a burden.
I'm certainly not comfortable with the current situation.
Pasadena City College officials say in the 2011-2012 school year, the state of California has cut college funding by more than $11 million, which resulted in 45 class sections being cut this spring semester.
So far, we've done a good job to mitigate the effects of the budget cuts, just until recently, and recently this semester is when we actually started seeing the cuts.
Community college officials say the 112 California community colleges have 2.6 million students but offer 20% fewer courses than last year. While not everyone is in favor of more taxes, Scott tells people to talk to legislators and vote for an upcoming tax initiative on the November ballot.
It's estimated that it will give $300 to $400 million extra to community colleges if it passes, that there will be an additional cut of $280 million if it doesn't pass.
Rueda says she considers herself a strong education advocate because she says education is important. She wonders now, though, whether she'll find a job after graduation.
I'm not 100% confident on my chances on the workforce.
Don't give up, because your education is your key to mobility.
Scott says the state of California has cut funding to community colleges for the past few years. In fact, he says in the 2007-2008 school year, the state provided colleges with nearly $1 million. The next year, it received about $88 million in revenues and has been cut more and more since then. Also, last week, California State University said it might not be accepting students for spring 2013. That move will affect about 16,000, especially community college transfers. Scott says that people can make a difference by demanding a change from their legislators. He says the November vote on raising taxes will be key for the whole education system. Sunita, back to you.
Well, to raise taxes or not to raise taxes, that seems to be the question every year, TK.
Yep,
well, thanks for
sure.
that story. California community college officials say the potential cuts this year could affect 400,000 students just trying to get into community colleges. Well, another local hardship, as gas prices continue to rise, drivers are considering an alternative means of transportation. And while some drivers still continue to head to the pump, others are heading to the Metro Gold Line station for their daily commute. CCN's Lily Nuno joins us live to tell us more about this story. Lily, have you been on the Metro?
I haven't had a chance to be on the Metro, but I heard it's actually very convenient.
I've enjoyed it.
Well, the first phase of the Metro Gold Line $1.4 billion extension project that started in 2010 is in its final stages. Project completion might not come soon enough, though for some commuters, many are using the current Metro Gold Line in record numbers, trying to save money at the pump.
As gas prices go up, the number of cars on the road seems to go down. Many in the San Gabriel Valley are turning to the Metro Gold Line as gas prices near $5 a gallon. Metro expects to finish construction of the Gold Line extension from Pasadena to Azusa in 2015. In the meantime, the CEO of Foothill Extension says Metro ridership continues to go up.
Overall ridership throughout the Metro system has increased as gas prices have gone up. But we've noticed a more significant increase in ridership on the Gold Line versus the other Metro system. Right now we're over 1 million rides a month, and we expect that number just to continue going up as gas prices increase.
AAA's oil price information service shows that California has the highest gas prices in the nation, and that cost seems to be climbing each week. Commuter Donna Gonzalez says that's why she's been using public transportation.
I take the Metro because it's the fast way to get to work. I do have to walk a couple blocks, but it's very efficient, and it saves me on gas and time and everything.
Still, other commuters like Francois Chang say the rising gas prices haven't hurt their pocketbook too badly yet. Chang says driving his own vehicle is still more convenient than public transportation, but he does look for ways to cut costs.
I got the car not too long ago, and because I can still afford to pay for gas, although I don't put in 91 anymore, now I put in 89.
Of course, Metro will always encourage San Gabriel Valley commuters to use the Gold Line, but what riders may find interesting is exactly how much transit officials say they could save in these tough economic times.
Recently, APTA, the American Public Transit Association, did a survey and found out if you take public transit, you save almost $10,000 a year in all the costs associated with taking a car.
Technology is also playing a big role for commuters looking for deals. Apps like Gas Buddy help drivers find the cheapest gas on the go. And transit apps like NextBus and LA Metro let riders know when the next Metro is near. Transit officials say the Gold Line continues to be the most popular mode of public transportation in the San Gabriel Valley, with a 21.6% increase in boarding compared to last year. Sunita, back to you.
Gas Buddy, I'll have to check out that app. Thanks for that, Lily. Now, as Lily mentioned in her report, the Metro Gold Line extension hopes to see its completion from Pasadena to Azusa in 2015. While the rain poured down all day yesterday, is more wet weather on the way? CCN's meteorologist Curtis Peak is out today, but CCN's weather reporter Naomi Trone is filling in for him so we can find out if we should keep the umbrella nearby. Hi, Naomi. What do you think?
Hi, Sunita. As for now, we're going to put the umbrella away. Okay, let's take a look outside right now. 68 degrees outside right now, and our winds coming at 11 miles per hour, along with our humidity at 46%, and our barometric pressure at 30.04. Our sunrise today was at 6:46, with our sunset going to be at 7:08. Our lows, 40s across the board. Pasadena at 49 is going to be our highest. Our cold spot, Arcadia, at 45, and our highs tomorrow. 60s across the board. Our cold spot, Glendale at 60, Alhambra at 61, Monterey Park 62, Arcadia 68. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Tuesday is going to be nice and sunny at 68 degrees. Wednesday, that low pressure system is coming in, bringing a marine layer and low clouds. Temperature for Thursday is 71, Friday is 74. We're going to have a nice and sunny weekend and earlier week next week. Saturday at 70, Sunday 66, and Monday 64. Sunita, no more rains for right now. It's going to be a beautiful and sunny week. Back to you.
All right, Naomi, it looks like you set us up. I liked all those sunshine markers there, so thanks for that. Now, is the job market forcing you into a career do-over? Matt Theriault, the do-over guy, helps find the new you. That's next on CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. We'll be right back.
Unleash your inner shark. Sharky Zartman's book, Shark Sense, reveals the 14 life-changing steps you can take today to start reaching your goals. Through her witty yet no-nonsense approach, Sharky Zartman unlocks the lessons we can all learn from sharks.
I use the shark as a symbol for your inner source of strength and power, the part of you that doesn't know the meaning of the word can't.
Stop settling for less and start living with confidence and purpose. Order Shark Sense today at sharksense.org and get in touch with your inner shark.
Hi, I'm Jesse Avila at the Convalescent Aid Society, a nonprofit organization established in 1923. We provide the free loan of durable medical equipment, of hospital beds, wheelchairs, walkers, canes, and many other items. Your donations and contributions are welcome and greatly appreciated. We are located at 3255 East Foothill Boulevard in Pasadena.
We're here to help you.
Please give us a call and check for availability at 626-793-1696.
With layoffs and budget cuts, this economy has forced many to reinvent themselves. For some, it's an opportunity to finally do something they love, but don't quite know where to begin. Matt Theriault, the do-over guy, joins us live with tips on how to set your path towards success. So thanks for joining us, Matt. Now, why are you the do-over guy? What's your do-over story?
Well, you know, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I spent the next 15 years of my life in the music business, and then that darn digital download came along and pretty much turned the whole industry upside down. And so I found myself at age 34 without a plan B and bagged groceries for about 6 months. And, you know, I went out and did some soul searching and, you know, I found my way to real estate. And I'm on my way back up in probably a fraction of the time that it took me to rise the first time.
That's awesome. So you went from 6 figures to bagging 6 packs and then you're back on track again. Exactly. What made you know you could reinvent yourself?
You know what? I don't know if I did know that I could do it. I just knew that the alternative was absolutely unacceptable, and I knew nobody was going to do it for me. So.
But you tasted success. What about people who've never tasted success? What advice do you have for them to know that, you know what, you can get there?
It's the same thing. Whether you've had the success or not, it takes the same steps to get there. Just realize that nobody is going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. And that's very easy, it's very simple language that I'm using, but it is a deep distinction. A lot of people don't realize it.
Now, you know, and that's another thing, the steps required to do it. And some people think, you know, I'm too old. I don't have time to do all those steps. So what do you say to people who are a little older and, you know, but do want to reinvent themselves?
Well, you know, that's really, I guess, in their thought process. You know, there's not a whole lot that anyone can't do regardless of age. I mean, I guess if they want to do over being an NFL quarterback, that might be out of the question. At some point, there are some physical liabilities there. But, you know, you look at someone like Colonel Sanders. You know, he didn't start Kentucky Fried Chicken until after he was retired receiving his Social Security check. So if he can do it, why can't you?
Now, how can people change their thinking to be able to think those big thoughts, those great thoughts?
Probably the easiest, well, there's 2 ways. You could be proactive about it, and, you know, it's really the information that you put into your head. What do you read? What do you watch? What do you listen to? And then the other way, probably the most powerful thing that anyone could do to change their thinking would be their environment, surrounding themselves with right people. If you surround yourself
Is it always rich people? Is that
No, not necessarily. I mean, if you want to think big, you want to be around big thinkers. If you want to be rich, I think being around rich people is a good place to be. If you just want to be a nice, loving, caring person, you know, hanging around a bunch of jerks and mean people, probably not the best idea.
Okay. Now, what are things that that are part of your life that make you know that you're living your fullest life? What is important to you?
What's important to me? I think honesty is a biggie. And integrity. You know, if you just lead a life saying what you're going to do and then just do what you say for no other reason than just because you said so, that creates a really nice life. I mean, if you imagine everybody worked that way and interacted that way, I mean, what would your personal life be like? What would your business life be like? What would your spiritual life be like? It'd be a nice living.
All right. Well, I have so many more questions to ask you. You have your book, The Do-Over, and you have a website as well, thedooverguy.com.
Yes.
As well. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us, Matt.
Great. Thank you, Sunita.
All right, well, spring brings track and field season, and CCN's Jaira Romero is on the run to cover all the best of all the events, including the annual Pasadena Games. Hi, Jaira.
Hi, Sunita.
What an exciting event.
Yeah, it was a very exciting event. Everyone expected rain this past weekend, and sure enough, it was sunshine all on the track.
Good to hear.
It was on your mark, get set, go! As the Pasadena City College men's and women's track and field teams hosted the 69th Pasadena Games this weekend at Robinson Stadium. Check it out. In the men's event, sophomore distance runner Luis Durantes executed and landed the #1 spot in the 5,000 meters with a time of 15 minutes and 25 seconds. Durantes then joined Alfredo Forgar, Kevin Cano, and Oswald Call to PCC's second place finishes in both the 4x800 relay and 4x1600 relay. It was pedal to the metal as Ron Spears ran a strong third place in the 100-yard dash with a time of 10:92 seconds. In the 400 meters, Spears snagged 8th with 22:41, and teammate Robert Pachor placed 9th, 22:49. Caleb Wood threw the discus for 5th place overall in the field events. In the women's events, Lancer sophomore Tania Sebastian went full force and placed 2nd in the 4x100 hurdles with 65:63 seconds. Jackie Bridges was 3rd in the 200 meters at 25:79 and took 6th in the long jump, but flew high, clearing 17 feet 5 inches. Here's a few words from track star athlete Tania Sebastian about her performance.
I feel like I did great overall. Yeah. My team and I, we did great. Our handoffs were pretty good. To prepare mentally, we kind of just got to, like before the race, we kind of got to do our drills, our warm-up, and within that time frame, we got to kind of like tell ourselves, okay, we're going to get out here, we're going to perform, we're going to run right, we're going to get our handoffs right, and talk to one another, basically pump each other up as a team. So.
Quick side note, CCN Sports will catch the 3-time winning SEC Badminton Lady Lancer champs as they host ECC Compton Center this Wednesday at 3 p.m. Sunita, back to you.
All right, all of those guys and gals were really fast. Makes me realize I need to put down those potato chips. Thanks for that, Jaira. Well, that's it for this newscast. Thanks to Matt Terrier, the Do-Over Guy, for going on camera with us. Thanks also to all of our sponsors, including Southern California Edison, Wink Marketing, and the Pasadena Enterprise Center office building with available space. Thanks also to the CCN crew. They make this show possible. But finally, we thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. Join us each week as we cover the news in Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley. For all of us here at CCN, I'm Sunita Joshua Madison. Have a great week.
Live, work, play, and shop in the North Lake Village. See for yourself when you visit our village. If your child is getting behind in school and needs help organizing, reading, writing, or studying, Klein's classes can help. Audrey Klein has been teaching for more than 20 years. Her book, Skills for Student Success, can teach your child essential learning tools. Klein's classes are affordable and conveniently available online. You can view the lessons and educational films anytime.
I've seen children jump 2 reading levels in 1 year. I've proven it over and over again.
Don't let another semester pass without getting your child some help.